good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Here we are. In UK, it's 5 o'clock, so it's afternoon. And your time can vary, but whatever your time zone is, we are drinking coffee on this side. Or tea. Did I said coffee? Let's pretend I'm drinking tea. So hello there, I see a bunch of people already in the chat and my apologies for lack of the thumbnail. I don't know what happened. It was there when I was scheduling the stream, then it suddenly disappeared and I re-uploaded it again and hopefully that fixes that. And welcome Jittery Jet, Velo, Anyway, Papworth, Samik Mojo, Michael Yost, Technicolor Tube, okay, the same names, and then Flavio, Micheletti, TFE Archive, Roy, Ferenc, Coxic, and Rascal, aka Solicista. Welcome! Oh, Rascal is saying it's a beer time for him. Friday beer time. Okay, that's good too. Nothing beats a good beer on the weekend, especially if you are going to do some barbecue too. I really like if beer comes with barbecue. That's a perfect then. 11 a.m. in Texas. Yeah, that's even better time to drink coffee. Definitely anyway, I agree. 11 a.m. is perfect for coffee. Hello there, Steven Purifoy, Assel, Chef Brescia, Smoking Glump, and Scarlet Sin. Welcome to the Turtlecast, everyone. And let me see, is there anything on follow.com? It wasn't there before, let me check. Are we getting any update from development team? No. But don't worry, I know they are still working. I know for sure they are still working, as we are having some discussions, or at least there are ongoing discussions on public test server Discord, official Bethesda public test server Discord. So what I know from those discussions, they are developing on the idea with those new weapons. So soon, they supposed to all have some type of unique effect attached to them. As I was showing those weapons so far, some of them had special effects, some of them did not. So on top of the fact we'll be able to reroll those, they supposed to all get a special effect. So I cannot wait to see those new weapons with this special effect. And they will be more rare on live game version than those are on PTS. What is understandable for me in that case scenario, they will be even more powerful than they are at this moment. Making those commonly available would be a little bit too much. And I do understand we have stuff easier to obtain on public test server and a little bit tougher to obtain after the testing, and that makes sense for me. That makes absolute sense. So new and more powerful weapons will have some nice value into them. Cap value and trading value. Holy Fire doesn't even need rolling, it's now a god roll. Yep, maybe. Yeah, I have nothing against it. Like, there are some discussions. What about my old flamer? They will lose value because they will be a better flamer. Yeah, and that's life. From time to time something new is coming out. Imagine someone complaining, let's say, okay, I'm driving Honda. Let's say I start complaining, oh no, Honda released a new car that is way better than mine. How dare they? My car is no longer the best. Imagine that approach in real life. Like, that would be so ridiculous. But in game, some people think that's normal to complain that something else will be better. I don't understand it. I like when we are getting better and new stuff. What's the point in adding worse stuff? That's my question. Okay, let's say Bethesda will listen to those complaints and add worse stuff than we already have, or exactly the same stuff as we already have. Then I will be like, okay, what is exactly the point of that? I want something better. I want something better. I for getting better stuff with new updates. I'm all for updating my arsenal from time to time, and all for having a new goal to grind for. Brescia is saying my car is 1 star. I don't know if I have any stars. What mutation is better for casual play, herbivore or carnivore? Oh, that's a good question. Generally, I'm using carnivore way more often since Nuka World on Tour added a lot of easily available, amazing carnivore food. And from the next patch, even experience buff will be matched, as magazine for carnivores will work correctly on Tasty Squirrel. So, yeah, I think overall depend how lazy you are, what the casual playstyle means. Like, if you are very lazy about your AP refresh buffs and you want quick buffs at camp that you have for free, zero grinding, so Herbivore has those. Herbivore gathers plants that are planted at camp, craft basic stuff like tato, what is that? Tato juice, mud fruit juice, and corn soup, and with those three alone, you are set for the most part. But if you can invest some caps or a little bit time or hunt occasional Scourge Beast, Carnivore beats it with way more powerful buffs that are only a little bit harder to obtain. And only the fact that for AP refresh, you will either hunt for Mirelurk eggs or you will cook a tea from time to time that I have a dedicated video how to make like a bunch of tea that will last you for at least 12 hours in 10 minutes. How long does it take to get plants from daily ops? Sometimes forever, depends what you are grinding. Like for example, since the patch was released, I'm not grinding for covered scout because I have those already, but I'm missing one paint for power armor arms. I didn't get it yet. And in the meantime, I get everything else 2 or 3 times already, but not the arms. So that is a serious issue. So inside the vault, not published. I shared with you what I know about public test server. So before I start talking even more, let's answer your questions from Discord. So let me find those questions. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer in person and you don't think about those questions during my live streams, you can always go to Turtle Army Discord and ask them under a special section that's titled Ask the Turtle. And I will check it on every Turtlecast and answer. Okay, where was the last time? Let me find it and I will swap it in a second. Okay, I think it's here. Swapping. There we go. So first will be Resno asking, does Grenadier still not work on the legendary effect bullets explode? And it still works like it always was, so half working. It does work in VATS. It does not work outside of VATS. Oh, I think that I answered last time. Okay, so that will be the new one. And to answer this one again, yes. Plasma Cutter is the best, one of the best, definitely the best one-handed melee weapon and powerful enough to run with just Incisor. Cohen, how do you place the Ring of Fire Pit Camp item? Like any other item. I don't know what the question is exactly. Just place it. Angry Panda. Hello Turtle. Have a question about legendary star on power armor for self-damage by explosive weapons. So assuming you have fireproof under endurance rank 3 and no dense mods on the power armor. Yeah, this mod do not exist on power armor, so you cannot have it. Which second legendary is better, fire resist or explosive resist? Explosive resist. Fire resist do not reduce explosive damage from self-damage. And explosive flamers no longer exist. The fire resist only reduce damage from a flamer. So, now unless you are using a Crusader pistol with flame damage, then fire resist can help a little bit. But for any explosion that's not a fire explosion, you need explosive resist. And prefix assassin works too. So you can have assassin, explosive resist, and as well explosive resist is good effect because if I'm not mistaken from my testing, it does work on daily op mutation when enemies explode on death. So from my experience, good effect, explosive resist. Crow. Hello Mr. Turtle. New to the game, played it for 2 months and I would like your opinion on that. I'm thinking to make a new characters for 2 reasons. 1, only learn good plans cause I just knew whatever you learn is gonna drop, so I will limit myself to good plans only. 2, farm daily scripts to roll a lot. Tafs, and don't you think script should be easily obtained, limiting dailies though just delaying endgame content is not a content or a good way. If daily ops guarantees script, I would be happy to farm them, but sometimes they don't. Okay, that's a long question. Oh, and I think modules should be tradable. No, modules will never be tradable. That would open too many exploits Bethesda cannot fix at this moment. That's why they're not tradable. So, to answer your question, is it important to limit yourself to learning only good plans? It will indeed reduce your drops to the good ones and general ones. There are weapons, armor, and so on that do not require player to learn a plan in order to drop. So you will still have those in the drop pool. You will limit the unique types from your drop pool. That's true. But still, endgame, truly, you are getting a good stuff from legendary crafting. So you re-roll the stars. And because of that system, it doesn't really matter much. You have a slightly bigger chance to obtain something, but you are giving up on a lot of plans. I don't think it's worth it. It can help you obtain some items a little bit faster, but that's not a significant difference. Most likely not worth it, in my opinion. Most likely not worth it. I have all the plans, and I still have all the weapons I want. Mr. Kill Jr. If the perfect storm becomes rerollable, do you believe it will keep the fire bullets? Yes, I do believe that is the case, because all other unique weapons do keep the special effect when rerolled. As those special effects, if I'm not mistaken, and based on what Followed Wiki says, take a 0-star slot, and this slot is not being rerolled, is unique slot on the weapon with this special legendary effect that is not being rerolled at all. So first, second, and third star is being rerolled, but because this special effect is usually coded as star 0, it's not being rerolled, and it stays permanently. Emezag. So I have some trouble choosing which weapon to use. I have anti-armor, 25% less VATS AP and AP replenish combat rifle, and aristocrat exploding +1 agility and 30k caps handmade. And 30k, oh, you have 30k caps on you, okay, got it. I tried testing them out with perks, but I honestly don't know which one is better. If someone could help me with this, it would help me a lot. Generally, I would go with handmade for most case scenario, but you need to take into account if you are using VATS and crits. If you'll be shooting close to your target, explosive damage will hurt you. And if you are running Born Survival as a blooded build, it will keep triggering your Born Survival. So explosive on your bullet can have a huge negative to sneaking around. It doesn't break sneak, not this one, but it does hit you. So that's the negative. I would still keep this anti-armor combat rifle as it is a perfect roll, even though combat rifle overall is weaker than handmade and weaker than a fixer. At this moment, you will be great with it. Really low AP cost, AP replenish, you can keep firing all the time, and still it's using different ammo type than handmade, so I would keep both. I would definitely not get rid of any of those. Use your 5.56 with handmade and then 45s with your combat rifle. Both will perform. Then Meow Meow. How does the water purifier rate works in a camp if you have multiple types? Does it always use the highest rate among the many types placed? Like for example, if I have one industrial water purifier and 60 vintage water coolers, will the vintage water coolers produce water with the industrial water purifier rate? Generally, I don't know how the game determines it. I'm pretty sure what is stated on the purifier doesn't really matter at all. I have the same production no matter what purifiers I have placed, so I'm quite certain it's just per camp that you have allowed water purification rate, and how many place and what you place doesn't really matter. It only changes how much you can store inside those, so how long does it take until everything will be full. That's the only thing that changes if you start placing more. I never actually did exact measurements, as I always have too much purified water, not too little. So that's what I think how it works. And Gilpo is saying something in this topic. Building more of those won't collect any faster, but having more just lets you hold more before they fill up, so you can be away for your camp for longer. On all the other water collectors, like the rain barrel, vintage water cooler, and all the atomic shop stuff, they have their own separate rates and they will fill up simultaneously. Oh, so that's a new info. So you can have vintage coolers and classic purifiers to accelerate filling rate. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that they have a separate filling rate. So yeah, place both. Place both if you really need fast. I never tested that. I trust Gilpoden. Quispy Joe. Hey Turtle, first of all, I just wanna say thank you. Your guides are in-depth, to the point, and reliable. Oh, thank you very much. Secondly, since Bethesda have added the scrap box, ammo box, which storage box do you see coming next? Miscellaneous chems, clothing? Keep up the amazing work. I don't think they will ever add clothing, as every storage, every item that you store that is unique, takes a separate slot. If you have too many, it starts bugging out the game up to the point that it can crash for you. So that's why the storage is limited. Clothing is already very light, and I already have too much in my stash box. When I open a section with clothes in my stash box, it's lagged out, and it takes a moment for the game to catch up. So I'm already considering getting rid of some of the duplicates of the clothes, as every item takes a separate save slot and lags the game if you have too many. So that's definitely not. Miscellaneous outdoubted. Chems as aid, maybe. I would like even more the freezer for Fallout First. Imagine zero spoil rate food storage. That would be something. That's what I want. But will we get any more? I don't know. I don't know if we are getting any more at all. Definitely not armor, not weapons, definitely nothing that saves per item or that would crash the game. So that will not gonna happen, for sure. And now heading back to everyone in the chat. Let's see if there are any questions in the chat. Let me know if you had any questions that I missed. I'm back in the chat now. And about when is the next update, it is next month, and so far unconfirmed info is pointing at, what was that, 13th, June 13th, but that's not confirmed info. I think someone was looking for it in Google, in Steam. Let me see if I can open my Steam. Is there any info there? I didn't found any yet. Let me open my... Is there any news? Like, how do you check the news on Steam? How do you do that? I don't know. Someone was posting this date. I don't know how they get it. Do you guys know if you can check on Steam somehow when is the next update for the game scheduled or something? We have almost 50 likes, so that's already good. Thank you, everyone. So that's what I saw in regards to the info about the next update. How someone was able to figure this out? Is it true? I don't know. When I open Steam, I don't see any date for the next update. So how you can see it? Is there like a hidden feature where you can see it? Because there was no Inside the Vault announcing officially the date. There is no official date on the map, on the calendar from Bethesda. So I don't know. I don't know how people were able to figure that out. Oh, and about the carnivore experience buff, squirrel stew and broiled brains from Scorch Beast, how to farm those, I have a guide on the channel already, so it's all there, how to mass produce those. And for hunting Scorch Beast, currently my favorite weapon, you know what it is. Boomstick with targeting computer. The lazy method of farming Scorch Beast. Yeah, I don't know how someone was able to get this info from, as I was expecting myself the patch to drop on June 6th, but then I saw a lot of people sharing that it will be June 13th, and I didn't encounter any official information confirmed, but anyone from Bethesda when the next update is actually dropping. So it's either 2 or 3.5 weeks. That's the range. Anyway, it's soon. It's soon. It's less than a month now. So it is soon, wherever it is. 2.5 or 3.5 weeks. And we are getting update. Good morning, Dan. And scoreboard end in the same time when the new updates drops, Mr. Carstairs. So that's what we are talking about. Scoreboard is continuous, so it lasts until next one drops with the update. No, there was no date on the roadmap. I don't know where people were able to figure out that this will be a date. So I will not give my head for this date, as it's not official. There is no limit for vintage water coolers. You can place as many as you want. You can even blueprint them in packs of 20 to place faster. I was testing that on the workshops. And you can place them on the workshops, by the way. So you can claim 10 workshops, place 100 vintage water cooler per workshop, and then you will be very busy clicking the button to gather all this water, as there is no one button to gather all from all containers at once. Although I don't know what if you destroy those containers then. Maybe it will auto-store everything into the... But how you destroy all the containers at once? That can be the problem. I don't think the cold shoulder in particular will be rollable anytime soon. But we'll see. Especially that on the public test server, it does show as a 3-star weapon with quite unique effects on 2nd and 3rd star. So it's a quad double barrel with 2 unique effects showing a 2nd and 3rd star. So if we'll be able to re-roll it, it will lose those unique effects, and that's probably not the point. So I don't think this one in particular will be ever re-rollable. Yeah, you can probably destroy all the containers by moving your camp, that's true. New project, blowing up water coolers. Good project, Samik Mojo. That would be cool design, yeah? Maybe attach a trap to water coolers on the workshop, then blow them up after they full, and carry on. Oh, unexpected outcome. Thank you a lot for $10. Appreciate that. And the message is, hi Turtle. Just a reminder for Turtle's army to please leave a like if they enjoying the stream. Thank you a lot, unexpected outcome. Appreciate that reminder. Yeah, and I'm not afraid of trap camps. Trap camps are overrated. I encounter only several trap camps in my adventures in Fallout 76, and I have thousands of hours. And every time I was in the trap camp, apart from the fact I died, nothing bad happened. I lost a little bit of junk occasionally, but then nothing else happened. And if I find a camp that is selling a scrap for suspiciously low prices, you know what's the trick? If you expect that you will die as soon as you purchase it, make sure to heal up before you purchase, buy it all, and have a scrap kit on the ready. If you have followed first, that's my trick how to win with the junk trap camp griefer. I buy it all for super cheap, quickly send it to my scrap box, and before I die, I'm dying without consequences. And who's the griefer then? Tell me that. Who's the griefer in that scenario if I outsmart the trap camp? How can you get Well Rested and Kindred Spirit together? You cannot, because that's the same buff under different name. The difference between Well Rested and Kindred Spirit is 1 hour in duration. It's the same buff with different name. It's basically 3 hours Well Rested with ally, 2 hours Well Rested at camp without ally, and 1 hour Well Rested sleeping outside of your camp. That's the same buff, different duration. What this crazy railway rifle people using with really fast fire rate? The railway rifle does have really fast fire rate. If you have faster fire rate railway with quad prefix, that's like over 100 fire rate. That's how it works with automatic piston receiver. So it's nothing particularly special. It is already in game. That's how this rifle works. That's why it's a DPS beast for commandos. It annihilates bosses really fast. Hello there, Amori store. What is calificate? Can special scoreboard weapons come back in the atomic shop like other scoreboard items? I don't know. They supposed to get into Giuseppe stamp vendor. The weapons should be going to Giuseppe stamp vendor. I don't know why it's not there yet. Like auto access there now. All weapons suppose from the scoreboard after the scoreboard is retired and will be ending up in Giuseppe store. I don't understand why Nuka Launcher is not there yet. A lot of questions about this have been asked on public test server forum, and no one yet answered that. I'm afraid that Bethesda accidentally made Nuka Launcher too powerful and they don't want to put it back on. I hope that's not the case, because that's unfair for people that want to obtain the Nuka Launcher and cannot anymore. It's a very powerful weapon indeed. What do I think about the special weapon in the scoreboard next season? I don't know what that will be. I'm waiting until next season will be officially revealed. Then I will see what's in there. It shouldn't be too long until that happens. They usually reveal the season a week before, so we should have this info real soon. It's not too far away. Not too far away from this info. Incentivize people to complete the scoreboards, but how do we incentivize people that join later to complete previous scoreboards? That's not an option, and usually people that are missing those weapons were not playing Fallout before, so they cannot complete retroactively scoreboards they were not on. Next weapon, multi-purpose axe. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Okay, I think I answered everything. There's not too many news, so we'll be heading now to the member hangout on the member stream, doing some stuff in game and talk and whatever else you guys want to do. The green names, members of Turtle Army. And everyone else, I see you tomorrow on the live stream tomorrow evening when I will be probably building a camp. I know that's scary. I'm as scared as everyone else will be looking at me trying to build a camp. But I have a place. I just need to build a camp. And the video about the best camp places that I was investigating will go up later. I was trying to upload it before this live stream, but I ran out of time. So I will try after. So thank you very much, everyone. I wish you a good evening, morning, day, or night, and see you in the next one. Turtle out. Bye.